You know, the price of things sure aren't going down, and that includes your electronics. And I have heard some horror stories about guys getting their electronics stolen, or they even flying off and into the lake in rough waters. Well, I've got something that's going to save you from having to live out those nightmares. All right, geeks, so you seen not too long ago, we put in what I consider to be one of the best, if not the absolute best, because of the adjustments that you can make to this console mount, the dual mount by BoatEFX, and you can see the G-LOX right there that we added to the Garmin EchoMaps. Well, we're gonna put on just a G-LOX today, right here. All right, geeks, so the very first thing we're gonna do is pop our BoatEFX graph locks open. By the way, these will work on any graph or bow or console mount, any mount that you have. Then we're gonna go ahead with a Phillips screwdriver and we're gonna take them completely off. Now, this is the first gen BoatEFX bow mount. So yours may be slightly different, but mine has on the gimbal a small graph locks. So we're gonna open it up and just loosen it so we can slide those gimbals back and forth to make room for that G-LOX. Since these are the Garmin EchoMaps and this is the G-LOX, I'm gonna go ahead and remove my head unit from the cradle and then try my best to find a place to tuck the cradle out of the way without disconnecting all the wires. Once that's done, go ahead and loosen any other bolts that are in your gimbals. So BoatEFX does supply a security bolt for each side of the gimbal. They also provide the security bit to be able to tighten and loosen that. So now that we've got everything apart, what you want to do is you want to put your G-LOX together with the two security bolts that they provide. Now, do not tighten these two bolts all the way because you'll have to allow it to slide to be able to fit inside your gimbals. Stage your cradle and your G-LOX. Go ahead, and in my case, I just went ahead and put my graph locks back on. Now we can go ahead and tighten those two security bolts down on the back of the G-LOX. Now we're gonna go ahead and position our head unit the way we want it set up. We're gonna be able to slide those gimbals around to get it set right where we want it. And then we're gonna tighten all those bolts back down. The last screw we tighten up, of course, is the one in the graph locks on the gimbal. Then we put our covers on. We put our cover traps from BoatEFX on because you don't want to lose those covers either. They're not cheap to replace. All right, geeks, so if you're running Garmin's, the good news is when you order these, they come with everything. The graph locks on the side, the gimbals to replace. They can work with any graph mount that you have out there. If you're not, make sure you go check out the graph locks just by themselves. Trust me, you can't beat them off with a hammer. What I love about the G-LOX is that if you'll notice, it's got a little lip so it covers the gimbal, the little press button. They're not going to be able to pull it out. It's not going to be able to come out. They're not going to be able to push that, so they're not going to be able to get it off. And it's not going to fly off when you're in rough water. Just a short, sweet video. And by the way, I've got a 10% off discount for anything that is BoatEFX. That'll be down in the description. You can get there by following that link in the description. That does help. Please use the link. We do have affiliates with them. Or scan this code right here if you want to. It'll take you straight there. Make sure you use that 10% off to save you some money. I love this company because they are 100% American made. They make everything in-house themselves. Be sure to support them. Be sure to check them out. Now, if you want to check out their steps, which by far are the best on the industry, best steps out there, go check out this video right here at the top. And if you want to check out more about their graph mounts, I just put in a console mount, super adjustable. It is insane how adjustable these are. Make sure you go check out this video right here. Otherwise, questions or comments in the comment section below. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell so you get the notifications when these videos come out. Support American made, support BoatEFX. You geeks rock.